How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Rudiment lesson for your weekly Rudiment series. This Rudiment is going to be a roll rudiment. We are going to cover the 5-stroke roll today, and this week you can use the 5-stroke roll in your practice. Basically, what the 5-stroke roll is we have 2 roll taps with the rolls and then a release point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 2 doubles and a single note at the end. So that's 5 strokes total. You can do these a number of different ways. I've got a couple different ways. We'll go through all of these, but just so you can check it out, feel free to pause this video so you can get a snapshot of this. So there's a couple of different ones. There's with the roll at the beginning of the note, like right here, and then the release note. And then you have it where you have a tap first, and then the roll afterwards, and then the release note afterwards. We can also do this with triplets in a 3-beat subdivision, 1, 2, 3, or 1 triplet. You can do the roll at the beginning of the triplet, or you can do the roll at the end of the triplet. So we're going to go through each of these to be helpful. We're going to do first this first one. And the way I like to do this is I like to do a check pattern. A check pattern is basically a regular pattern where you just play a rhythm and then you do the rolls after that. Basically what this does is it helps you to check to make sure that you're doing this correctly. Alright, I've got my metronome set at 80 beats a minute. We're going to do 2 16th notes plus an 8th note, 1 E-and. That's going to be our check, and we're going to do that 4 times. So it's going to look like this. 1 E-and, 2 E-and, 3 E-and, 4 E-and. And then right after that, we're going to roll on the 16th note. So it's going to look like this. Here's the check pattern. 1 E-and, 2 E-and. Here comes the roll. I'm still doing the same motion with my hands, but now I'm doing diddles on the 16th notes to get that 5-stroke roll. Here we go. Let's try it together. I'm going to start on my right hand. And 1, 2, ready, check. 1 E-and, 2 E-and. Roll. Again, check. Check. One more time. Check. Roll. Awesome. You can also do that with other multiple hands. For the sake of time, we're just going to go on and only do the right-hand side. You can rewind the video and do it on your left-hand side as well. It's super important to do that. All right, we're going to do this at a number of different tempos. I'm going to speed it up to 100 beats a minute. You want to make sure that you stay relaxed this whole time that you're doing this. A little bit faster. Check pattern and then the rolls. And 1, 2, ready, go. Awesome. And again, you can rewind this video so that you can get more repetitions on this, but for the sake of time, I'm going to keep going. We're going to speed up to 120. You want to do this, be able to do this slow, and you want to be able to do this fast. Here we go. Same thing, check and then roll. And 1, 2, ready, go. And again, for the sake of time, we're only going to go up to 120 beats a minute, but if you can go faster, do it. Go faster. Okay, we're going to go back down to 80, and we're going to do the other version of the 8-stroke, the 5-stroke roll, where we're going to put the roll on the back side of the note instead of the front side. So now instead of a 16th, 16th, 8th, we're going to do 8th, 16th. So it's going to sound like this for our check pattern. 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and then we're going to do the roll afterwards. So here's the check pattern, and here's the roll back to back. Check pattern, 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a roll. And then we'll just go back and forth between the check pattern and the roll. We're going to do 4 times for each. 4 check patterns, 4 roll patterns. Here we go, 80 beats a minute. And 1, 2, ready, go. Check. Last time. And now we're going to speed it up. Again, you can go slower. When I go at the slower tempos, what I'm practicing and trying to achieve is that relaxed feeling in my hands without getting too relaxed and making it kind of loosey. You want to make sure that you're still relaxed and not tense when you do the rolls. Okay, we're at 100 beats a minute this time. Same check pattern and then roll pattern. And 1, 2, ready, go. Nice job. Again, feel free to rewind this video so you can practice that tempo again if you feel like you need to. We're going to go on to 120. When you're doing the rolls, especially for the beginners and early rudimental drummers and players, make sure that you're not having your fingers out when you're doing the rolls. Sometimes people like to do rolls like these. You want to make sure that the fingers stay over the sticks, but not gripping them too hard. You want to stay relaxed. Okay, here we go, 120. Oh, 1, 2, ready, go. All right. When it goes faster, you want to stay relaxed still. You want to make sure that the stick heights don't go as high anymore, because when we want to go faster and play faster, you got to have your stick heights a little bit lower and closer to the drum head or the drum pad so that you get that speed and velocity. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the triplet version. The triplet version of this consists of obviously 3-note subdivisions. So I'll put my metronome here at 3-note subdivisions. Sounds like this. So you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to start out pretty slow because some people have more difficulty doing the triplet subdivision rather than the 8th note, just duple 2-note subdivision. Okay, so we're going to do the initial one, which is going to be the roll on the beginning. So again, we're going to do a check pattern. So we're going to do this. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do that 4 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. And notice how each of my hands are alternating because I'm just alternating my sticks. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to be an accent on the left hand. 2, 2, 3, accent on the right hand. 1, 3, 2, 3, accent on the left hand. 4, 2, 3. I'm still alternating. I'm just making sure that the accent pattern is true. So emphasis on each of those groups of 3. That's going to be our check pattern. And then what we'll do is we'll do rolls afterwards. So we're going to do rolls on the first 2 sets of 3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, roll 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, roll and 2 and 3. So we're going to do 2 diddles on each of the first groups of 3. Let's give it a shot. I got my metronome here at 50 beats a minute. Here we go. Check pattern first and then the rolls. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Roll pattern. Check. Roll. Check one more time. My bad there, I got a little bit wonky on the sticking. We're going to go forward. Feel free to replay that if you need more practice. If you can do it slow, you can definitely do it fast. So let's move on to 70 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, here we go. Halfway there. Last time. Awesome. My phone fell down a little bit there. All right, we're going to move it up to 90. Make sure you stay relaxed when you're going faster. When we're doing the diddles, you want to kind of think about, instead of hitting each of those diddles as individual strokes like this, you want to make sure that you're kind of doing a rebound stroke on the beginning. So let the stick rebound and then grab the stick to play the second stroke. Okay, here we go, 90 beats a minute. Check pattern first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Halfway there. What I like to do when I'm going faster is I really like to work on the accents and focus on the accent. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That really gets the diddles working, and it gets that velocity going right from the get-go. Okay, so now we're going to do the diddle or the 5-stroke roll at the end of the 3 triplet subdivision. Okay, back to 50 beats a minute, so it's going to look like this for our roll. Tap, diddle, diddle, tap, diddle, diddle, tap, diddle, diddle, tap, diddle, diddle, tap. Here we go. Check pattern first. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tap, diddle, diddle, tap. Check. All right, here we go. We're going to speed it up. Speed it up to 70. Again, you want to stay relaxed this whole time that you're doing this. Make sure that when you're practicing slow, practice actually doing the rebound strokes while you're playing slow instead of doing tap, stroke, 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 doing something like that. Practice how you want to go faster at the slower tempos. Here we go. 70. Check pattern first. And 1, 2, ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Check. Last time. All right, nice job. Again, feel free to go back to any one of these if you feel like you need the practice. We're at 90 beats a minute now. Last one. And check, 2, ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, that's it. Again, feel free to rewind this video and go on both sides. Start on your right hand and start on your left hand both times. Again, just for the sake of timing, we only went on one side, but it's super important for you to practice on both sides of your hands because for those of us that are right-handed or left-handed, we need to practice on the other side to get the other side just as even and just as good. If you like this video, give it a like. And subscribe to this channel for more weekly Rudiment videos, and we will catch you next week on the next Rudiment video. See ya.